Raul Rosas Jr. going to be taking on Muhammad Makaev in the main event of this ADXC grappling event on the 25th of this month in Abu Dhabi. It's going to be the main event. Originally, the main event was going to be including Umar Nurmagomedov, so some people are mad because they only bought tickets to this event because they wanted to see Umar compete, but he was pulled off the card. Could be because he's taking on Song Yadong on December 14th at the UFC Tampa card. That's the main event. It's expected to be the main event, and maybe the UFC pulled him off this thing because they don't want him getting injured and jeopardizing that main event. Umar Nurmagomedov's favored in that fight with Song Yadong, but if Song Yadong pulled off an upset, that would end Umar Nurmagomedov's title shot plans, and maybe Merab would rematch O'Malley, or maybe he'd take on the winner of Piotr Yan and Davison Figueiredo, who compete on the 23rd of next month in Macau. Francis Ngannou weighed in at 256.8 pounds, Renan Ferreira 261.5 pounds. Couple colossal heavyweights colliding in that PFL cage Saturday night in Riyadh. Elbows will be allowed on this PFL show. Normally they are not, but this event's going to have the regular unified MMA rules. It takes place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So one of these guys may land a big elbow standing up or on the ground. Something to look out for.
I got Francis by KO in under 3 rounds, but you never know. One punch, and that could be it. Tune in live this Saturday, ESPN Plus pay-per-view, and his own pay-per-view. It's the Battle of the Giants. Oh, and I'm commentating.
At One Championships Friday, Fights 83, Rangnarai dropped Fernandez with a nice left hook, but followed that up with a soccer kick to the head, knocking his opponent unconscious due to the illegal strike causing the KO. He is disqualified, and the winner via DQ is Mikael Fernandez. One Championship adds 2 title fights to their Friday, January 24th card, 170. Max Holloway thinks even if he wins later this month, Alex Pereira is going to win Fighter of the Year. Regardless, Max Holloway is going to win Knockout of the Year. Cain Velasquez's sentencing has been continued to early next year. He was supposed to be sentenced today for the attempted murder charge, which he pled no contest to. Temba Greenville thinks the first UFC Africa event would make sense to be in Rwanda. They have an arena that's hosted the NBA, visa-free to other African countries, and make it easy for any African athlete to compete on the card. Also, tourist-friendly, support sport, because Visit Rwanda is a massive sponsor for top football clubs. Also, I think Rwanda would actually put money and pay for a UFC event to happen there. Since I heard the UFC goes to new territories, it's a fight night first before anything, then why not Rwanda? Sign me up to be on that card when they do. Africa wins. There's a 10,000 seat arena that they have there that the UFC could do a fight night event at, but the UFC also has a lovely 0 seat arena that's way easier for them to do it, so they probably won't go to Rwanda, but Garimbo's confident they will and has an idea for a main event. Just my humble opinion, it would be great to see the first African champion in the UFC headline that fight night in Africa, Kamaru Usman versus Jack Della Maddalena main event. It's not a bad idea. Those guys could get matched up next, number 2 and 4, and they have not fought each other yet. Jack Della Maddalena might fight in Sydney at UFC 312 in February. Carlos Prates has interest in fighting him on that card, but first he has to beat Neil Magny next month in the main event of the November 9th card. Francis Ngannou has a new tattoo on his bicep honoring his son Kobe, who tragically passed away in April. He had some malformation in his brain. His issues were not properly diagnosed, detected, and treated, and tragically, as a result, he passed away at just 15 months old. Charles Jourdain's going to be fighting Victor Henry on the November 2nd UFC Edmonton card.
Winter heart quote today, but I'll leave you on this. Inside of you there are 2 wolves, and one is gay and the other one is gay.
That November 2nd card will be the first with a rule change, allowing those 12-6 elbows. Those were the elbows which caused John Jones to be DQ'd and his only loss in his career to Matt Hamill. So someone should take the fight to the ground and go crazy with those 12-6 elbows, because they're allowed now. You're allowed to do that. Starting November 2nd. Also on that November 2nd card, the grounded opponent rule will change a bit as well. The hands on the floor don't count as a grounded opponent. A fighter must have at least 1 knee on the ground to prevent their opponent from kneeing or kicking them in the head. So that trickery and fuckery that a lot of people do by putting their hand on the ground will no longer be allowed as counting as a grounded opponent. Starting November 2nd, Edmonton, Alberta. That card is headlined by Brandon Moreno versus Amir Albazi. The co-main event is Rose Namajunas versus Aaron Blanchfield. Cameron Smotherman takes a short notice fight with Jake Hadley on the UFC card on Saturday.
5.5, the official weight for Anthony Floppy Hernandez. In the main event, Michelle Pineda. Next to the scale, Cameron Smotherman. 5.5. Official weight 135.5 for.
It's official now. It's official in the UFC. Yeah. Official. And earlier this week, where we at, bro? Saudi Arabia, bro. Days notice, bro. He said, fuck it. Let's go, bro. Some people play about it. And I really got it. I'm about it, bro. What time is it? Oh, 9:04.
Nah, you know what's crazy, dude? None of these people thought I was gonna make weight. Now nobody thinks I'm gonna win. But I'm gonna get this bonus, just watch.
Jocelyn Edwards missed weight by 3.5 pounds. She took out a hair extension, then missed weight by 3 pounds. She's missed weight 3 times in the UFC. She's scheduled to take on Tamara's Vidal on Saturday. Edwards keeps missing weight by more and more, from 0.5 pounds to 1.5 pounds to now 3 pounds. Next time out, she'll miss weight by like 5-6 pounds. Card for Tyson's next fight: Tyson Paul, Taylor Serrano 2, Barrios Ramos, Goyat Nunez, live on Netflix Friday, November 15th in Arlington, Texas. Next week in Abu Dhabi on Wednesday, you have the UFC 308 open workouts. Thursday, they had the press conference. Friday, the athlete Q&A, so maybe they can figure out who Merab's fighting next and Alex Volkanovski fighting next. And then Saturday, UFC 308, Topuria versus Holloway. Renat Fakhretdinov needs an opponent for that card. Phil Rowe says catch weight, and we're ready to rock on a week's notice. Jimmy Smith did a video series on evil in MMA, talking about some of the criminality in MMA, and Luis Pena wasn't happy he was included in that video about his domestic violence charges. Jimmy Smith, this video is BS. I was exonerated, and you're comparing me to murderers and rapists, but don't have the honor to answer me and explain this shit. Pena fights November 9th at the Plymouth Memorial Hall in Plymouth, Massachusetts in the Cage Titans promotion.
My brother now to have big card, next big card. We have big card tomorrow or
in the Lamborghini on RTA, y'all model see me. Vroom, vroom, beep, beep. That caddy behind me is a bulletproof Jeep. Cause it's dangerous times when you go against the state. But I fear nothing, just watch and wait. I stand up for the people, you stand up for the people. If you can't stand up, stand out, let me see it. And still no return. Don't worry, they're here for me, I'll keep going. King on the throne. They try to fly drones over me home, but I shoot them down with a long range gun.